Hi there, and welcome to day 3 of the Reset and Renew experience. This is a free 3-day training, and even though it is free, it is complimentary. You do not have to pay me to work with me over these 3 days, whether you are following along live or catching it on the replay in the future. Take it seriously. I have deliberately created and crafted this 3-day experience. So wherever you're at in your life, whatever you want to work on in your life, and whatever resources you feel like you have or you don't have, you will make progress, you will get clarity, you will get the confidence to begin to take action. How do I know that? Because I made sure when I was crafting each lesson, it was practical, it was immediately actionable, and it is very, very compassionate around your current capacity. A huge thing as a certified life coach, as an intuitive practitioner, as a teacher, it is so important that when I guide people through a process, they actually get it. So if you find yourself struggling, questioning, or even wondering, can I do this? First of all, yes, you totally freaking can. Second of all, just make sure that you adjust your goals, your plans, your actions you're going to take to within your capacity. And then if you still need more help, because I want you to have transformation and I want you to experience change and I want you to be able to celebrate yourself, post in the comments. Where are you stuck? What do you need next? How can I help? Tell me and I'll jump in and I will serve you there. Alrighty, so over the past 2 days, once more, if you haven't watched the past 2 days, do them. This is a process. It would just be like when I was back as a high school teacher, if I was teaching a unit, that's 10 weeks. If I started at week 8, they would have no clue what was going on. So just like that, we need to learn in order. We need to progress linearly in regards to conscious awareness, clarity, action, and then actually going out and doing it. So do not skip day 1 and 2. On day 1, we reset by identifying what was working and what's ready for change. Totally powerful. And even if you're feeling pretty good about your goals, really, this is your opportunity to apply it in an area of your life where you do still have progress to make, or maybe you are feeling anxious, worried, or not quite there yet. Day 2, yesterday, we looked at refresh. My brain just blanked. So we got reset and then we got refresh. And we refreshed by reconnecting with your soul-aligned goals that truly light you up. Doesn't matter if you're trying to improve your health, your love life, your creative practice, or your business. If your goals aren't in alignment with you, if they don't excite you, and if you can't stay motivated to get them, then they are not your goals. A little bit of a side note there, if you have a bit of a block or maybe even a mindset around, well, it's normal not to like your goals. It's normal to not want to work on, improving, progressing, growing. It's a struggle, it's sacrifice, it's like hard yards. That is a very, very, like red flag, orange flag for you to do this work, for you to tune into yourself and give yourself the grace, the love, the compassion, and the opportunity to actually be enjoying what you're working for and how you're feeling each day. Now, today, day 3, we are looking at refocusing by turning your visions, your goals, your soul goals that we created yesterday into reality. And this isn't just a reality far off into the future where you're like, oh, it's been really nice over these 2 days to dream big, but it's still so far away. No, we're bringing it right back down into the now. Yes, you're going to have things that will take time to accomplish, but we need to start not only taking action now, but seeing progress ASAP. If you would love to start seeing progress in the area of your life or areas of your life that you're wanting to develop, let me know in the comments. Put progress, put hell yes, put whatever you need to communicate the depth of your desire. Maybe it's a stream of emojis. I'd love to see that. So today what we are doing is creating practical aligned actions to bring your goals to life over the next 7 days. Now, why have I put 7 days specifically? Because without clear intentional action, even the most inspiring goals can feel out of reach. I have myself, especially when making things like vision boards or, at the start of the year, you're looking at the year ahead and you put something right off into December and it can feel so far away. that we begin to be disconnected from it. And the more we feel disconnected, the more we find it difficult to take action in the now. So by keeping it close, a 7-day block, we're going to create a container to work within and see real progress. Now, we're doing 7 days together. So it's, like I said, in a container, it's a short time frame. You can not only see progress within the 7 days, but if it's something a little bit outside of your comfort zone, if it's a little bit challenging, if you're finding, oh my God, I really need to stay conscious and work it this week, you have also that little light at the end of the tunnel of a break at the end or an adjustment at the end. You can do anything for 7 days if you set your mind to it. So let's all aim for 7 days. And at the end, you might want to do another 7 days, or maybe that's an opportunity for you to go, through this process again and reset. What are my next 7-day goals going to be? Do what works for you, but give yourself the flexibility to first try it out and then see what you need next. So I'm going to help you today. I will be here in the comments to support you. If over the next 7 days you have ahas, realizations, or big old questions, you can post them in the group here. I would love to see your posts. You can go live, you can create a post, you can do a video, you can do absolutely whatever you need to do to communicate, celebrate, and ask for help. And I will come and support you. Though, of course, if you want my help long-term, more than 7 days, in a very close, guided coaching way, you can reach out and talk to me about the Life Reset program. But let's get to, because I want to keep these tight so you don't waste all your time learning, we want to get into action. We're going to dive right into what you're doing today. Now, today, day 3 is all about action. And what I've learned about action over my time, well, in my life, but especially working as a coach and also working as a teacher as well, because that is a big place where we need to see action, but also growth and awareness. What I learned was being busy or doing everything at once, that's not what it's about. And there have definitely been times in my life where I could, for a brief amount of time, maybe it was 7 days, maybe it was just one day, felt like I could do everything. My energy was on point, my motivation was on point, my inspiration was on point, my clarity was there. I had a big strategy, I had things to do, and I had the time to do them in. There have been times that have felt like that. But overall, this is unsustainable, it's inflexible, and it doesn't adjust as you need it. True progress, if you want to keep making progress and keep taking action towards your goals, whether it's health, wealth, relationship, whatever, comes from taking consistent, intentional steps that stay in alignment. That is why these 3 days are so important, because we're getting that clarity, we're getting that intentionality, we're really tuning into what is meant for you, what works for you here and now. And then we're making action and making plans based on that. It's so easy to feel overwhelmed when you think about everything you should do, could do, have to do, might do, will do, won't do. It's like this whole burden on your brain. But here's the truth, you don't have to do it all, or anything in particular at all. You just need to focus on what matters most right now. I had a client session today with one of my magical, amazing long-term coaching clients. We always talk about amazing things, whether that's her business, her life, her creativity, whatever it is. And this actually came up in session today. This feeling that there were things that she should do or things that she needed to be, and they were blocking her from her truth and blocking her from what she actually wanted to feel and experience and create. So it's more important than ever, and I want to emphasize it as many times as I need, that we're not doing things out of obligation. We're no longer, as consciously as possible, allowing outside influences to direct our goals and our actions. It's all coming from inside. Our self, our soul, our intuition, what works for me right now, what works for you right now. Today, my client, she was craving freedom, but was forcing herself to focus and narrow and had all of these rules to the point that it like pinched off her passion for what she was doing. which is the whole reason that she was doing any of this work in the first place. If you resonate with that, let me know that you've set a goal, and maybe it is a soul goal. It felt good, it's in alignment, it's exciting to you. You have done so much like values work and you know who you are and what you want, and you set that goal, and it was like, yeah, that is my North Star. And then maybe you switched sides of the brain and then you just decided, I need all this structure and I need all these plans and I need to follow all these strategies, wherever you got them from, whether you made them up or you read them in a book. And somewhere through that process, it actually narrowed down the part of you that was wide open, excited, and totally on board with the goal. So one more thing before we start making the plan. I want you to think about this as something that is inspirational, something that is alive, it can change, it can grow, and something that definitely is going to guide you, but not like hold you back or hold you to a narrow focus. You are free to create something new, to adjust and change, to live and breathe within this. The focus is about having a clear next step so you can do it, and then having another clear next step so you can do it. Focus here is to stay focused. So let's break it down together. If you haven't already, please get a pen and paper handy or whatever you're taking your notes on. And we're going to do a couple of steps. Just like in the previous days, I'll move through these quite quickly, so you can pause it if you need more time. Or you can even go through it with me now and then return to the start of the process and finish it off if that feels more in flow for you. So take a moment to review the goals you refreshed yesterday. So you looked at your goals and what you want to achieve and create and experience, and we tuned in and we checked in, are these soul goals? Do they feel good to me? Are they aligned and right for me right now? So choose ones from yesterday. Which goals feel the most urgent, exciting, or meaningful to you right now? That might make it very clear which one you want to work on today and over the next 7 days. Or perhaps what's one goal that you could focus on that would create momentum in multiple areas of your life. Depending on what motivates you, but also what's interesting to you at the moment, you might want to choose the thing that's the top of the priority list and you're like, I'm going to go get it. Or you might choose that thing that has a little bit more leverage and you know it's going to have a bigger ripple effect and you want to see that sort of big impact. So choose whichever goal feels right for you right now. And we're just going to choose one to do this plan on. And if that's the only one you choose and you do 7 days, you can always choose another one next week or continue on with this one. What I really want to emphasize is don't overdo it. Don't put too much on your plate that you can't finish it all. Remember, pause if you need to complete that step. And now let's go to step 2. Here is where we break it down. Depending on how large your goal is, it might feel overwhelming. So we're going to simplify it. And even if there's a part of your brain that says this goal isn't very big, if it still freaks you out or makes you question whether you're actually going to follow through, it's too big. So it doesn't matter if on the page it looks like such a micro thing, if it is feeling heavy, if it's feeling like a burden, if you're resisting, resenting, or just avoiding. Or you might know this after day 1, you're like, oh crap, I didn't even do it and it was day 1. We know we just need to shrink that goal a little bit closer, a little bit smaller. So what's the first step you can take towards your goal? Really think about it. Think about your goal. What's the first step that you can take? What's one small specific action you can take today, this week, to move it forward? Today or this week to move it forward. And you can be sharing this in the comments, by the way. I'll come back and watch the replay. Now, it might be an action step that you want to take every day for the 7 days. And you know by taking that one action every day for the 7 days, it'll get you closer to the goal. But if there's just a bunch of different actions, just write down the first one. Now, just some examples of if the goal is a bit too big and how we can narrow it down. If you've got the goal of get fit, your first step might be go for a 10-minute walk today. Instead of start my dream business, your first step could be research 3 resources about entrepreneurship or your industry. And this one was actually mine literally for today. Instead of fix my diet, figure out my nutrition, and stop just complaining about it, it could be cook 1 healthy meal today. So that was my action today. I had a slow cooker chicken recipe, which turned out really well. I only had it not too long ago. And I didn't make it mean this is the start of a perfect diet. I didn't make it mean, oh my God, just because I'm now looking into PCOS foods and blah, 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 everything I eat has to be that way. It was, I know I want to head in this direction. I know I do want to fix and tune my diet to suit my body. That, so many things to consider. What is one actionable, clear thing I can do? And today that was cook that meal because I had the ingredients in the fridge. I had the recipe saved to my Notion. And literally the only thing I need to do was 10 minutes of prep. And in the past, because I've had plenty of times where I've had groceries and recipes and the time, but in the past, even though it would have taken me 10 minutes and I had all the resources and I had all the materials and I did have more than 10 minutes, because the weight of my goal was fix my diet or fix my body or fix myself, I didn't do it. Peeling it back to the next right step, what's right for me right now, actually did it. I bet you've had experiences like that as well. So allow your first step, whatever you choose, whether you're going to do it every single day this week or just the thing you're going to do today, it needs to be something that lightens the load enough that you're actually going to do it. Doesn't mean it won't be challenging or you won't have thoughts about it, but keep shrinking the goal until it's actually something you're going to do. Step 3, check in with yourself. And this is exactly what I was just saying. What feels doable and aligned with your energy and your capacity right now? I don't know what tomorrow will bring. Maybe tomorrow it will feel like 10 minutes of prep and a slow cooker recipe will be too much. So what I would do is go, what can I do right now? And it's probably going to be something easy like Greek yogurt in the fridge and bananas. Oh, hopefully that's not what everything I eat for the whole day, but we need to shrink our goals to stay in alignment, but stay taking action. I can still celebrate having Greek yogurt and bananas because that's still in alignment with healthy eating. That's still in alignment with the PCOS stuff. That's still in alignment with conscious eating. So for me, these would be wins. Another question you might ask if you're feeling any resistance, or even you're just still clarifying what your next step is, where can I create more ease or remove any resistance to my action or to my goal? Sometimes just tweaking our environment can set the scene for more aligned and more engaged action too. Remember, it's not about pushing yourself. It's not about forcing yourself. It is about creating sustainable steps that feel good, are aligned, and you're actually going to do. If you're not going to do it, you might as well not write it down. But we want to be taking action. I know you want to be taking action. Why would you be listening to a video about taking action if you weren't actually keen on seeing yourself take action, getting results, making progress, building momentum, getting closer towards your goals? Share with me what is your goal, your first step, and any adjustments that you need to make in order to make it happen. Which is your opportunity to pause the video, write your comments, share with me, shine a light on it. Take it seriously. Take yourself seriously. This isn't for me, it's for you. I've loved simply going through this process because it's highlighted how many ways I've grown, but also some areas in my life that I can still tweak and change. This is an ever ongoing process, but it does become easier with time. And when you nail it in one area, you can move it to the next. The final step, very important step, is accountability. I want you to ask yourself, how will I stay consistent with this action? Big one for consistency for me is make it one of the first things I do in the day if it's new or if I'm feeling resistance if my energy's low. What is it for you? What will help you stay consistent? Another thing you can do for accountability is who or what can support me in staying on track. It might be a friend, it might be a coach, it might be a calendar reminder or an alarm on your phone. It could be posting in this group when you do your thing every single day. And tag me in it so I can actually go in there, comment, support you, and celebrate you. Make a note of your answers. Keep this, close to you throughout the week, and remember to follow through. Even though that was only 20 minutes, it was quite a lot. And you might have paused it a few times. So this has been, a fairly focused, a lot going on, but not too much for you to handle session. I want to congratulate you on completing the 3 steps of the process. Though you still have the embodiment and the implementation, take this over the next 7 days. Give yourself the gift of seeing progress and making momentum. And now that you've created more clarity, connected to your goals, and you've defined your action steps that will bring you forward, I'd love to help you take this transformation even further. I've said this each day because we only have 3 days together. I'm not going to, hide it. Until Sunday, I'm offering a 15-minute call with me. What we're going to do on this call, it's not a sales call. It's not about the Life Reset program. We can talk about it then or some other time. It is about you and your progress and making sure whatever plan you've come up with, you're going to pull it off. We'll pinpoint the biggest block and how to overcome it, and also leave you with a clear, personalized strategy for your next steps. So that might be helping you define those 7 days even more, so you're fully supported, fully prepared, and fully focused on getting it done. Or maybe it is, how do we extend this? So there might be some room for adjustment. We'll do what you need on that 15-minute call, but it's about clarity, unblocking, and focus. So you can start feeling that transformation. Obviously, spots are limited. It's only between now, Wednesday, and Sunday. It's on my booking calendar availability, but if you go to book and you can't find a time, just DM me. As you move forward from these 3 days, remember this. You have everything you need to create a life you desire. You have everything within you to become the person you know deep down you can truly be. And you are more than capable of creating a life where each element of your life is happy, healthy, and wealthy. We've done some groundwork this week. You've got some action steps to take. I hope that the whole way through you are celebrating yourself. And if you haven't already, celebrate the fact that you've gone through this process. And actually, that would be really cool. Tell me how you're going to celebrate the fact that you've shown up, the fact that you've created your plan. And what are you going to do after your 7 days when you've totally nailed it, seen yourself made progress, and felt that flush of excitement of like, I've done this, I've got this, I'm doing this. Let me know what that is too. Thank you for allowing me to guide you over these 3 days. It has only been 3 days, and we've prepared you for the next 7. But if you want to take it further and improve all areas of your life, and maybe you have just one big focus, you're like, this is the year, this is the quarter, I sort out my health, I sort out my confidence, I sort out my relationships or my exercise or my business or my money mindset, or like whatever it is. You are ready for change. You're ready to step up into the next level of yourself, to learn more about not only who you want to be, but how you can be living as that person. Come and join us in the Life Reset program. The next round starts on February 3rd. And for the next 2 people to join, you basically get it. I think it's like half price. That is literally only next 2 people to sign up, but you need to book that call. You need to talk to me about it, and you need to get into the Life Reset program ASAP. 2 people, and that's done. All right. Oh, actually, there was one more thing. Final day of this 3-day experience, and this card had fallen out, and I was like, this is a message for everyone. We've got Gora Devi, and I'm just going to read you this little excerpt. Champion of the sweet souls with fierce hearts who are underestimated and passed over. She who is gentle as the deer and ruthless as a lioness, who is the capacity within the awakened heart to rise, to overcome obstacles, to have faith without any evidence of victory, and to rally the spirit until the right moment to act and win is felt. She is nonconformity and the freedom to be one's true self. Recognize your own beauty and value, irrespective of whether another has the capacity to behold it at this time. You shall shine. Too many S's there. Why I saw this card, I saw that message, and I knew I needed to say it today because there is nothing holding you back. You have everything it takes to shine. It doesn't matter what anyone has said in the past, what anyone will say in the future, even if that person is yourself, because you know deep down at the heart of you, your higher self, your true self, your core within has unwavering faith in your ability to do great things, but most importantly, to do the things, to live the life, to be the person you truly want to be. Awakened, authentic, abundant, and totally, totally in love with your life.